Greetings and welcome everyone to my first impressions of Resident Evil Remaster. Yeah, it's a remastering of the remake of Resident Evil, which was originally a PS1 game all the way back in 1996. So this game is fairly old. Well, the version I'm playing is incredibly new. It's actually only came out on Steam a few days ago, I think. But yeah, so if you've not heard of Resident Evil, then where the hell have you been? It's basically a zombie game. You're trapped in a mansion, you've got to survive and all that. And you know what? Why don't we check it out as we discuss the port of the remake of the whatever. Anyway, so this is the remastering of the GameCube game, and the GameCube was 4:3, so when they remade the game, they had to try and make it to fit 16:9 monitors. So they were sort of successful, but at times it can look pretty bad. So thankfully, they've given you the option to play in the original 4:3 aspect ratio, which doesn't have any sort of stretched images. But I'll play in the widescreen mode so you can see what I mean. So the original controls are tank controls, and alternate is basically what a modern game would feel like. A modern Resident Evil game would feel like, Resident Evil 6, and so I really like tank controls. Like I never understood the hate for tank controls, so I'm going to be picking the original controls. Now, this is new to the game. I think originally they had just easy and hard, or easy and normal rather, but now in the remake, they've added 3 difficulties, and I thought at first, oh, okay, so this is easy, this is normal, and this is hard. No, this is very easy, and that's hard, or normal, sorry. So like climbing a mountain, I'll be picking that because that's normal difficulty. Alright, so something that's cool about this version of the game over the original is that both characters that you can play as have alternate costumes from the BSAA, which I really like. I'm a big fan of Jill's BSAA outfit, which is just, it's cool. It looks a bit like Sonya Blade, doesn't it? Chris is also pretty cool. He looks a bit like his Resident Evil 6 version a bit. I'm not sure. It's been a while since I've played any of the more modern Resident Evil, so you'll have to forgive me. I think BSAA is actually Revelations. I can't remember. But we'll be picking Jill in her BSAA outfit. I'll be skipping over a lot of the cutscenes since I just want to get straight into the game as quickly as possible without, you know, spoiling too much and stuff like that. So there's an opening cutscene here which plays out. It was actually pretty good. There's no sort of... It was a pre-rendered cutscene, and as far as I can tell, there's no like issues with the cutscene itself. There's no sort of like motion resampling glitches or weird color issues. It's so far so good.
Not quite your ordinary house.
As you can see here in the... All the other cutscenes seem to be in-engine, so your character outfits are reflected accurately.
Back out there.
So I'm in my BSAA outfit and all that.
We've got to find...
What was that?
That's good old Wesker. Gotta love him. Wesker's such a crazy character. I love him. In Resident Evil 5, he's the best. He goes, hello, Chris. Anyway, let's skip some of these cutscenes. Now, I'm playing with the keyboard and mouse, and unfortunately for me, I'm not sure if this will show up on the video, but there's a mouse cursor appearing right now, and it's everywhere. And that is just so annoying because, for the most part, I actually kind of enjoyed the mouse controls. They work fine, you know. They're nothing amazing, but they work just fine. The only problem is this mouse cursor that's stuck on the screen. Anyway, let's take this ink ribbon. I think that's new. I'm not sure. I might be mistaken, but I swear you didn't get ink ribbons this early in the original version of the game. Right here, we've got the emblem. I can't remember what this is for, so we won't be picking that up. But now let's carry on with the main little section of this game. So, for all of you out there who have played like The Evil Within or basically any other Shinji Mikami game, this scene should be super familiar because he basically references it in all of his games, aside from something like Vanquish. Oh geez, Now, you can fight him, but balls to that. Barry, save us. Open it up. You can't skip the door opening animations, by the way.
Barry!
What is it?
Look out! It's a monster!
Let me take care of it. What the hell is this thing?
I found Kenneth killed by this thing. Let's report this to Wesker.
Alright, so now there is a little minor difference, well, a sort of minor difference in Remake over the original PS1 version. So if you open the door here, the zombie leaves and it's all alive and well and stuff like that. I believe in the original that zombie would stay dead if you're playing as Jill, but if you're playing as Chris, it would be alive. So that's something that they've changed there. There's a lot of minor differences they've made from Remake to the in Remake in comparison to the original. And so if you've only played the PS1 version, this is definitely a cool remake, probably one of the best remakes of all time. So the game does suffer from a few glitches here and there. Like I've noticed a bit of slowdown occasionally, but for the most part it's fine. I've also noticed this glitch. I don't know if it's intentional or not, but basically just start aiming and then stop aiming, and Jill does, well, she does that. She starts aiming and it moves her a little bit closer, and so you can basically just scoot your way through the entire game. Just like that. But oh man, this game is ridiculously good looking, especially if you've recently played the PS1 version. Oh man, it's night and day.
Barry.
Any luck, Jill?
No, nothing. What's going on around here?
So the voice acting is pretty good. It's nothing amazing, but in comparison to the original, well, the original, not the not the GameCube remake original. You guys know what I mean. You guys and gals know what I mean. Yeah, it's much better. Yeah, they've changed a few lines and such like that. Like Jill no longer gets turned into a sandwich, unfortunately. Now, right up there, you see a little item, a little shimmer. That's something we can pick up. So this is basically your tutorial on how to push objects. So you just jump over and push this one right back. Well, normally when you're playing through this for the first time, I guess I should show you what it's like. You'd just go through here and you'd find this. This is a dagger, and these are basically your defensive items. I've got it set to automatic, so these will be done by default, but if you had it on, like, decide when to use it, you could choose when to activate it by pressing E or L2 or L1, depending on your control scheme. And here's our first real encounter with a zombie, because we can't count on Barry to defend us. So just put a few more bullets through him. Oh, get out of here. No, use the knife, or the dagger. There we are. Oh, he's still alive. Alright. Let's see if we can't get him across. I'm gonna have to listen to see if he's close. I think he's close. Yes, he is. Yeah, okay. And he's dead. First kill's always a special one. Now, unfortunately, his head didn't pop. So that means later on he is going to come back. Or, I think, yeah. No. Actually, he can't because of this little thing right here. This little, little drawer here. These desks of, this little drawers, cupboard thing. I'm failing to talk right now. But basically, in case you fail the puzzle, it will always reset to the default position in the room, which means it would be over here. So that means that that zombie can never get out unless you specifically go after it. So, yeah, you're fine. So even though its head didn't pop, yeah, we're good to go. But normally, you want to make sure you get zombies in the head or burn them. So keep that in mind. Although I don't think you can really do anything about it in this, like trying to get headshots. I think it's only in Resident Evil 4 that you could really start aiming, because I mean you can sort of aim up in this like that, but that's more for zombies that are like on the top of a staircase and you're at the bottom and they're up there. See what I mean? Yeah. Also, oh my goodness, these candles look so good. It's crazy to think that this was a GameCube game. Like, I've been watching some developer commentaries or developer interviews about the re-release of this remake, and apparently they've done like practically nothing to get these models up to snuff, because they were incredibly high poly on the game in the GameCube days. Like, it's crazy how much horsepower or how much stuff they managed to do with the GameCube. I guess it makes sense because, you know, a lot of these backgrounds are just videos or just still images, but damn, it is a good looking game. It is a good looking game. I love how good it looks. I wish Capcom would do... Oh, you know what? Screw it. Because this scene, this has probably some of the best, like, I don't know, cinematography in the entire game. Because just look at this. You're slowly walking and then... and the shadow in the background. It works perfectly. I love it. Alright, here's a little handgun magazine. There we are. Pick that up. Now, I'm not sure. Did the original have that little item shimmer? Like, did all the items shimmer when... like, to indicate, or like handgun magazines, did they like have a little glow to indicate that they could be picked up? I can't remember if it did or not. It might have just been like the lower resolution of the GameCube and Wii version of Remake, where it made it a bit more difficult to see. Screw this guy, by the way. People who've played the game further know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh! This bit right here. Oh god, no. Hold on. Get out of here. Crap. Don't. Die. Oh, nope, I thought he was falling over, but nope, turns out he was trying to give me a hug. Don't like your glomp of doom. Alright, oh, so you hear that. Oh, is he dead? He's not bleeding out. He's faking. Yeah, he's faking. I knew it. He wasn't bleeding out. So you can tell if a zombie's not actually dead if they don't bleed out. It's just them faking. And so you should always, like, put more bullets in them. Is he faking again? No. Oh, okay. There's blood coming out of him. So here's a pretty neat trick that I found out. Like, you can get this zombie over here. Oh, where is he? Oh, there he is. You can see him in the mirror. Yeah, you can get the zombie in the mirror to follow you. And, you know what? Screw it. I won't even bother. So, basically what I was going to do is, if you lure him over and get him to follow you, and then kill him right over where, say, another zombie is, later on in the game you can burn them together. So, we got a new item. Let's press the N key to look at our inventory, and if we examine it, we can rotate it, zoom in, zoom out, and we can also, by pressing the Enter key, check it. So this arrowhead looks like it can be removed, and there we are. We've got the arrowhead. The arrowhead is made from peridot, sometimes referred to as a poor man's emerald. Cool. Alright, so now we've got the arrowhead. Now, what can that arrowhead be used for? Well, if we go back a little bit, there's actually an area where we can use it in a puzzle. So, that's pretty cool. A lot of the puzzles in Resident Evil tend to involve you examining an item, rotating it. It's really cool. I wish more games would do it. The latest Tomb Raider sort of did it, but it really sort of ended up doing nothing with it. It's just like more commentary and But, you know, Resident Evil is basically the king of that. I can't think of many other games that have you rotate items in your inventory looking for like specific switches or looking at the side books to open them and stuff like that. It's really quite neat. So I probably won't do it in this. I'm not sure. You know what? Yeah, let's do it. I'm just talking to myself mostly. Yeah, so there's up above on that second floor, there's a balcony just above the dining room area where there's a statue, and we can push that statue over to get a blue gemstone. Actually, you know what? I won't do that in this right now because we've got the arrowhead, and I'll show you what that's for. So the arrowhead, first we have to go outside, and I think there's 2 zombies out here. Something like that. Let's see if they're around here. There's the one. Oh, gotta reload. Come on, take that. Just get down already. Is he dead? You dead, boy? No, he's not bleeding out, I think. Nope, he's alive. Now he's dead. So this is pretty cool, something I figured out pretty recently. So normally when I would go to reload, I'd always click combine and then do it on the gun. But actually, if you aim down and then press, I think it's circle or square on the PS3 or PS4, you reload, but it's you press the R key on the PC. So that's pretty neat. So you're way quicker to reload and stuff like that. Whoops, wrong key. So now that wants an arrowhead, and we place the arrowhead in it, and voila! Now we've got this little area down here that we can go explore, which is just great and not at all creepy. Yay. Alright, now I believe this is actually one of the few rooms they recreated in 3D, or at least recreated a bunch of it in 3D, something like that. But anyway, let's open this. A book is fitted perfectly in the indentation. Let's pick up the Book of Curses, because what doesn't sound inviting about the Book of Curses? Thank you. Oops, wrong key again. So now, with the Book of Curses, what you want to do is you want to examine it on the back, and if you check it, you'll get the sword key. Now, the sword key is, I think, the first time that Jill gets it in Remake. I think in the original, she would just use her lockpick to open sword key doors, and it was Chris who would get the sword key, but in Remake, they sort of evened it out a bit more. Anyway, this is the 4 death masks room. That Book of Curses was all about the see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil, and all that. And these masks all sort of represent that. Hole where the eye should be, that's see no evil. Holes where the eyes, nose, and mouth should be, that's all 3 of them. Smell no evil, I guess, considering that's got no nose. And you get the gist. So basically, you've got to find a bunch of death masks, Dio Brando style, and put them on there. Hopefully that doesn't create some sort of massive vampire that'll live forever. That'd be bad if it— oh my god, where did you come from? Jeez, no, get off here. Jeez, I'm not doing too good for health. What's my health? Caution? Yeah, caution. That's lovely. Well, I think there was a health herb somewhere back there next to the ravens. Yeah, that's yeah, next to the cage with the dead ravens inside. So let's just head back and pick up that herb. Might as well pick it up. Yeah, so it's a really good remake. There's really not that many downsides. It's the biggest complaint I have with it, like if they fix this one problem, I would be in love with this game, even more than I am, is the mouse cursor always being stuck on the screen. Because I kind of enjoy using the mouse controls for this game. I mean, I played through all of Resident Evil 4 with it, and it controlled just fine, and I would have liked to use the same layout as I did for that with this. And for the most part I can. The only exception is this damn mouse cursor. Ugh, get off of me. Anyway, yes, here are the herbs. Let's just pick those up. Thank you very much. I will take both of those. Thank you. I'm experiencing a little bit of slowdown. I think that's because I'm recording. I haven't actually experienced anything like that while playing normally. The game does support 60 FPS, and it is 60 FPS for the most part when I'm not recording. But I believe the console versions are 30 FPS only. I don't even know why, considering when it is 60 FPS, it looks fine. Like, there's no jittering or anything like that. It's only when I'm recording, which, you know, which the game can't help, because, you know, it's putting more stress on my system, all that jazz. So now, what have I done? What have I done? I guess we should just go across the hall here. So we can, oh, right, so we've gotten the sword key now. Now we can open up all sword key doors. So the sword key, so the doors work on this system where you got to basically imagine a knight. There's a helmet key, there's a sword key, there's a shield key, and then there's an armor key. Did I say armor already? There's also a helmet key. I don't know if I said that. But basically, you've got to pick up all of those keys to open those corresponding doors. So this one right here, this is a sword key, and we couldn't open it before. We can now that we've got the sword key. And here's something that the game does to trick you if you've played Resident Evil 1. If you played Resident Evil 1, this will get you. They just break. Normally the dogs jump right through there, but nope, not this time. Anyway, let's push this little thing through so we can pick up this dagger. Thank you. The more defensive items you get, the better. Always good to be on always good to have a good defense. After all, as they say, a good defense is a good defense. Whoever says a good defense is a great offense, well, they're just stupid. Now let's push this one back. I believe under here there's a handgun magazine. Let's take a look. Yes, handgun magazine. Alright, thank you very much. Don't mind if I do. Alright, let's go through here now. I believe we can get the shotgun pretty early if we go through this area. Let's see. Alright, so out here, I believe out here you can get the bag of chemicals to use on the plant boss. Over here, oh, this is the bathtub. Oh, I remember this scene because it gets a callback in Resident Evil Revelations. You have to unplug the dirty tub of water, and in Revelations there's nothing in there, so should I remove the plug? I mean, in Revelations there was nothing in here. Surely there's nothing in here as well. Ah, just kidding, it was a zombie. Jesus Christ. I guess the poor bloke tried to like kill himself through drowning when he was turning into a zombie or something, and yeah, didn't work too well, before you did it, mate. Stomp him, Jill! She's definitely no Isaac Clarke, stomping the heads of necromorphs everywhere, and you know, honestly, I'm glad. Because I'd rather take a Jill Valentine over an Isaac Clarke any day of the week. I'm sure a lot of you people in the comment section will agree with me on that. Anyway, so that was the bathtub scene, and I believe over here is where we get the shotgun. Hopefully I can get it to work, because I've had a few cases where I couldn't get it to work, and I'm not sure why. If I remember correctly, there's a dagger in here as well as an ink ribbon. Yeah, there's the dagger, thank you very much. I think that's all of the items you can get, the ink ribbon and the dagger. Well, I mean, and the shotgun. That's the whole reason we're coming in here. But I mean, aside from that, that's all the items you can get. I think that's also another scene that gets called back in Resident Evil Revelations, the shotgun scene with the things going up. Oh no! We gotta get out of here. Oh no, the door won't open. What about here? The door won't open.
Oh,
no!
God. What did I do now? Wesker! Barry! Help!
Jill! You in there?
Barry? Get me out of here! The door's jammed!
Stand back! Grab my hand!
I love this scene because if you look at the door transition, it's like from Jill's perspective. That's so cute.
Barry.
That was a close one. A second late, you would have fit nicely into a sandwich.
Really? Thanks. But Barry, didn't you say you were going back to the dining room to find other clues? I'm glad and all, but why are you here?
I just had something I wanted to check. Anyway, we should get back to searching for Wesker and Chris.
Thanks, Barry. I owe you one.
Don't mention it.
Now, this is probably going to be a bit controversial, but that scene is one of those scenes, one of the few exceptions where I prefer the original over the remake, because in the remake, you saw what he did. He just shot the door, and then that's how he opened it. That's super unsafe and not at all realistic. I know, Resident Evil not being realistic, how unheard of. But in the original, he just knocked the door in, and that's how he got through. And I much prefer that, because, you know, shooting a doorknob, that shit's just stupid. You wouldn't do that. Could ricochet and shoot you in the face. And then Jill would be squished into a sandwich, and you'd have a bullet in your own head. Helps no one out in that situation. Helps no one. Alright, so we are in our first safe room here, and here is one of the best things in the game, the fuel canteen. We need to fill it up with kerosene, which can be found at this little fuel canteen thing, whatever. Yep, so we've now got, I think, two uses of it. Let me take a look. It might change per difficulty. Yep, 2. So now we can burn bodies. Well, actually, no, we can't burn bodies because we've got to get the lighter. That's actually something that... Oh, hello. No, damn it. Get out of here. You know what? Let's unequip my gun so I can run a bit faster. There we are. Yeah, so Chris normally starts off with the lighter and all that, but Jill has to find it, and we find it in here. Let's just get through the loading screen, and there's a bunch of herbs and the lighter. No! Shoot, what am I I'm thinking of an entirely different room. No, I'm thinking on the... I went through the wrong way, actually. It's on the other side of this hallway and then through a door. That area is where you use the lighter to get the second floor map. Right, I'm gonna have to get through here. Don't mind me. Just coming through. God damn it, again. No. Knife for you too. Out of my way. Jerks. I unlocked it. Of course I did. I'm Jill. If I remember correctly, Capcom references like Jill's sandwiches a few times in their games. I think Dead Rising is... No, not taking that. Let's take the shot, equip it. I don't want to take the wooden mount and risk... Oh, sweet! So that's really good that I managed to get a headshot, because getting a headshot means they're not going to be coming back to life, and that is fantastic. I also didn't pick up that wooden mount there because I wanted to make sure that I get this. This is the lighter. Alright, now I could probably just go back and... so there was also a dog whistle there. The dog whistle is used for another thing, and it's super important, but I think we're going to be calling it a wrap right about now, as soon as I finish showing off this. So let me kill a zombie, and I'll show you what I mean. Alright, hey buddy. Hey buddy. Over here. Pay attention to me. Alright, I'll let you take your time, don't worry. Alright, that's one down. Now I just need to try and lure this one over. I just want to get him over here so that I can... Ideally, what I want to do is I want to get them to die on top of each other. That is my goal here. So I think he can survive... Oh! Did that kill him? I thought he could survive another shotgun blast from that distance. No way is he dead. You get up. He's dead! You piece of shit, you're weak. Well, there we are. I'll show you what I mean. There. You can set the zombies on fire, and if you didn't manage to blow off their head, this prevents them from coming back to life, which is very, very useful. The only downside to doing that is that you've got to make sure when you do use it, it's on the correct zombies, because if you use too much of your lighter, you'll run out of kerosene and you won't be able to, you know, set any more zombies on fire. So you want to make sure you use it in very specific circumstances, okay, so a good example of where you should do it is around a safe house or on the pathway to a safe house. You always want to make sure that you can quickly and easily get to your safe house. That's very important. You know, I'll show you where I got confused the first time about that wooden mount, so you know that I'm not going crazy. So let me just get up the stairs here, and I'll pick up that wooden mount, and then I'll be back. Alright, so here's the wooden mount. Let's take the wooden mount. There we are. This game does have a quick turn. I'm not sure if that was in the original Resident Evil 1 or not. It's been so long since I played that. But basically what you do is you just... it works a lot like it does in the other games. So you basically just hold down the sprint button and then press the opposite facing button. So, yeah, just like that. Works very smoothly and elegantly, and I quite like it. You can also press Q just to do a quick turn like that. Does it work when you're aiming down sights? No. Okay. Or I think it can. Oh, does this game have a manual? No, no manual. At least not on the Steam version. I think this game got a physical release in Asia, so it might have one on there. Who knows? Unlit fireplace. Yep. So what we want to do here is we want to use this. There we are. And now you can see a second floor map there. And now if we look at this and rotate it, we can see that there's an empty page. There's a paper attached on the inside. Nothing is written. So then we use this, and then that'll add like an imprint to it, and basically that's how you get the second floor map. And now pick it back up. Take it. Yep. There we are. So all the items that are, or all of the areas that are in red means we haven't collected all the items there. All the areas that are like this greenish tint, that means we've 100%ed them. And all the areas that are uncolored means we haven't even visited them. So, I think that's about a nice place to call it a wrap. We've been doing a little bit of, we've been playing it for a while, so yeah. Oh, there is a manual. Holy shit. Huh. Okay, cool. I don't know how I missed this. Well, dang. Well, at least now I know that. So we've all learnt something here. Alright, so on that note, thank you for sticking around, everyone. I hope you enjoyed it, and GG.